Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, no need to fear. Your friendly neighborhood light skin is here. And in today's video, we are reacting to It's January 1st. And they're already trying to destroy Drizzy Goat Drake? Now, if you obviously couldn't tell by the color of my skin, I'm a ride or die Drake fan. Listen, I'm sliding for OVO. No questions asked. No hesitation. When the moment Drake and Kendrick had their beef, from that moment on, I've never bumped a Kendrick Lamar song ever. Being OVO. You know what I'm saying? They always hating on when you the GOAT, man. But with that being said, bro, let's go ahead and see what Flacco talking about. See how they trying to take down a GOAT now.
Okay, that was the first headline I seen on my timeline this morning. I was worried for a second. I thought maybe Drake Mafia boss fantasies finally caught up with him. Only for me to find out it was a civil case. And then I read the civil case and found out that, yeah, hip hop media is cooked, bruh. It's the first day of 2026 and we already lost all credibility. Anybody who read that lawsuit but still proceed to create sensationalized headlines as if that lawsuit is a serious lawsuit, yo, you are a sick individual. That lawsuit is filth. It makes no sense whatsoever. It's not going anywhere. The second a judge take a look at this, that lawsuit is out of here. It's a troll lawsuit. It is also very suspicious. Like the language of that lawsuit and everything about it is very suspicious. The lawsuit is a class action lawsuit. It lists Steak, Aiden Ross, Drake, and George Niguan, which is like the dude who runs Academics TV on behalf of Academics. His name is Grand Wizard Chat Ninja. So they list them as defendants. The first half of this lawsuit is pretty standard, is very consistent with the other lawsuits that Aiden Ross and Drake is currently going through for promoting the app. Now, the lawsuit states that consumers were hurt by deceptive marketing practices at the role of Drake, Aiden Ross, and George Niguan, which is Grand Wizard Chat Ninja. Now, they claim that the app was originally created as an online cryptocurrency casino that could be accessed unlawfully by customers in the US by using a VPN, obscuring the user's true locations. So then they created a US app, so a VPN is no longer needed. The entire end all be all is the fact that the US app is being promoted as a social casino and a safe and free gambling experience. However, it's still gambling taking place on the app and is not, a completely free and safe gaming experience. So they're claiming that because it's being promoted as a social casino and a safe and free gaming experience, that is misleading and it's deceiving people into believing that when they go on the app, they're participating in a harmless gameplay when in fact they're being lured into real money gambling. Even though I disagree, I think anybody who's going on stake, they're going on stake to gamble.
Yeah, for
They're
sure. You
going
you going on stake. You know what you're getting. You know you're gambling. This is not. Yeah, no. Unless you're like insanely young, then maybe. But any reasonable person, yeah, you're going on stake, but you're going to wager some cash.
stake to take a chance to make money. I don't feel like anybody is going on stake thinking, oh, I'm just playing cool games. No, if you are a gambling addict and you're going on stake, all right, to gamble, all right? But I do believe there are other things that Drake and Aiden Ross and Stake has done, which is like lie about how much they were winning. Like, yo, Drake is promoting, yo, I just bet $20 million and I just, right? But like that was Stake money, that wasn't Drake money. Those were fake earnings. He didn't win it. So things like that, I do think is deceptive and they should be culpable for it. So if they wanted to stop here, they would have something, okay? But they couldn't stop here. You know why? Because the goal of this lawsuit isn't to actually win a lawsuit, is to get publicity. The goal of this lawsuit is to actually embarrass Drake, and calling Drake out for, I don't know, like participating in deceptive marketing practices isn't embarrassing enough. So the second half of this lawsuit is where the lawsuit loses credibility for me, and it becomes incoherent. It becomes like it just no longer makes sense. Okay. So if they're suing Stake, it is a class action lawsuit because Stake is engaging in deceptive marketing practices that are bringing users to the platform and giving them gambling addictions under false pretenses. That's the purpose of the lawsuit. They then included additional allegations for RICO, which makes no sense. It has nothing to do with what they're suing for. But they included this even though it doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't really like progresses this lawsuit whatsoever. but they are including this because they understand that this is going to fuel, the rumor mill is going to make the headlines. And ultimately, I think whoever is behind this lawsuit is doing this simply to get back at Drake or to embarrass Drake. And the second half of this lawsuit proves that. This was the moment you realized, this lawsuit is incoherent. This lawsuit isn't going anywhere. This lawsuit is simply a troll that we all fell for. So the second half goes, in addition, right, through some type of tipping function that exists on the app, Drake and others have financed their combined artificial streaming, aka botting, to create fraudulent streams of Drake's music, fabricate popularity, disparage competitors.
Fabricate popularity. Drizzy Drake fabricating his popularity. Yeah, totally sounds believable.
And music label executives distort recommendation algorithms and distribute financing for all of the foregoing while concealing the flow of funds. If this lawsuit is about how Stake is bringing people to the app and having them engage in gambling under false pretenses, what does Drake and bot and streams have to do with that? What does Drake taking whatever sponsorship money he's getting through Stake and spending it on bot and streams, even if that was happening, even if Stake was paying Drake,
No, my
Drake
camera died.
and doing what he wanted to do
Damn,
with it,
I guess no camera for the rest of the video.
on bots. Even if that was the case, what would that have to do with this lawsuit? Absolutely nothing. They included that, which is an irrelevant detail. It's not going to have any impact on this case if the case moves forward. But they include that because the lawsuit is cloud chasing. This is a troll lawsuit. This is a lawsuit simply created to get the headlines going. This lawsuit isn't going anywhere, and they know it's not going anywhere, right? Which is why they included this. So it will go at the heart of the scheme, Drake acting directly and through willing and knowledgeable co-conspirators has deployed automated bots and streaming farms to artificially inflate play counts of his music across major platforms such as Spotify. These inauthentic streams injected via interstate digital pathways were collaborated to mislead royalty and recommendation engines, manufacture popularity, distort playlists and charts, and divert both value and audience attention. In tandem, the manipulation has suppressed authentic artists and narrowed consumers' access to legitimate content by undermining the integrity of the curated experiences. This is a psyop and we fall for it every time. That's like me suing you because you drove by my car and you scraped up my vehicle and I sue you for the car repairs. And then in my lawsuit, I said, Judge, did you know he works for this MLM company that recruits people to sell coffee and insurance? And Judge, MLMs are illegal. He should be arrested.
Yeah, like what does my job have to do with me hitting your car? If the issue was me hitting your car, okay, cool. Pay the suit for the law of the car. Pay it. Move on. But no, this doesn't even make no sense, bro.
For selling these MLMs, and it's not cool, Your Honor. He's scamming. The judge will say, what? What does that have to do with you needing your car repaired because he drove into your car and he drove off? Nothing at all. This is a psyop. It's meant to keep us it's meant to cause internal turmoil within the stan communities, bruh, in hip hop. It's really that simple, bruh. Things have been too calm. We were starting to get along again. We were starting to recognize and identify a common enemy, right? We were waking up and realizing, hold on, bro, while we've been arguing about Drake and Kendrick for 2 years now, Nick Fuentes is now the biggest he's ever been. Nick Fuentes is more influential than probably any like hip hop podcaster or hip hop media personality or anybody from the culture who's speaking for us and representing for us. We've been fighting for 2 years while these people continue to grow and elevate in power. And we're still here arguing about, oh, did Drake bot streams? Did Kendrick bot not like...
Oh, I muted. I must have bad. Yeah, no, like Flacco was saying, bro, it's a lot bigger things to be going on in the world. We sitting over here worrying about Drake. If Drake if Drake is botting views and streams, like I don't know, bro. You like there's way bigger priorities in life, bro, than we worried about what Drake has going on, bro.
Us but the Spotify bots, but the recommendation, but the playlist. I mean, shut up, bruh. But the playlist is getting bodied. Oh my, I seen it on Vote for You page. Shut up, man. Bro, we dealing with something bigger right now, bruh. Yo, we in the field with this, bruh. Yo, there are people going around creating fake hit pieces to vilify an entire community of people. We next. We here arguing about Kendrick Lamar and Drake. While Nick Fuentes is, bro, he's the biggest he's ever been. Nick Fuentes has steadily grew in power while we've been fighting each other for 2 years, and we ain't even recognize it yet, bro. There's not a voice in hip hop right now who's bigger than Nick Fuentes. So we've been hurting ourselves. We've been diminishing our influence. Of course, they want these conversations to go on. You know why? Because that diminished the value of the culture, right? If we're publicly telling other groups of people, hey, these hip hop people, the biggest hip hop artists, they bought their streams. They're not as big as you think they are. They not that influential. It's all bots. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Right? And on the radio, right? And now the program manager's like, man, bro, hip hop ain't really popular. Man, bro, promote country more. And then you go to the Billboard hits and you see that hip hop is outstreaming all the country songs, but the country songs go number one every week because their radio points are just like through the roof. Yo, bro, like there's like a 50 to 60 point discrepancy between the highest charting hip hop song right now and the highest charting country song. They got similar streams, but the radio push is just crazy. So now we're diminishing ourselves, we're destroying ourselves, we're fighting from, it's getting tricky because now with these stand wars, people are now identifying politically and changing their entire worldview to align with whatever stand community they are a part of. It's really that simple, bro. And this psyop we're falling for, listen, you know why this lawsuit exists? I'll show you why. They won, bro. They got us, man. This Drake lawsuit that was supposed to be about gambling, and they just included a side note about bot farms and Spotify's. Why would a lawsuit about gambling, about Drake engaging in deceptive marketing practices to lead people back to an app, why would that include, hey, yo, did you know Drake is botting on Spotify with money he's, excuse me? That's because they understand how naive and dumb we are. That they could throw out a frivolous lawsuit. They could throw out a lawsuit they know that's going to get dismissed, that's not going anywhere. But they can include what they really want y'all to talk about, which is the botting, because they want us back fighting again.
Yeah, but I didn't realize I was on mute. My fault. But yeah, what I said was, yeah, this makes no sense. Yeah, if you're suing because of the snake shit to bring up him view botting or whatever, come on, it's Drake. Why would Drake need a view bot? But yeah, it's completely irrelevant.
Look at the quotes. Look at the reactions to this lawsuit. Nobody is mentioning gambling. What is all about bots? What was they saying about bots again? Oh, okay. Come on, bruh. Nobody is talking about gambling. It's all about bots. That man was projecting the whole time. Back to the stand wars again, bruh. They saying that, oh, Drake accused Kendrick of buying because he was buying. Back to the stand wars. This lawsuit was supposed to be about what? Gambling. One user says, accused of using the platform to artificially inflate play counts of his music. Well, the F what? Come on, bruh. Stanward. Meet the Grams. Reposting Kendrick diss tracks. You got gambling problems, drinking problems, pill popping and spending, bad with money. Fam, Ninja was deflecting the whole time. His whole ish botted. These people understand that y'all don't give a damn about gambling. Y'all aren't even smart enough to read the entire lawsuit and engage with it and engage on rather than not. This is something serious enough for you to be invested in. They understand exactly what y'all are going to do, bruh. The lawsuit dropped, no matter how frivolous it is, no matter how it's not going anywhere. That lawsuit drops and y'all jump on it. Bop! Talk about the bot stuff for about what, a week or two. Y'all gonna stop talking about it in about a week or two. And then a new lawsuit is gonna pop up accusing Drake of, well, he engaged in deceptive marketing practices with Sting. But Your Honor, did you know that he was? And y'all gonna fall.
Anyways, bro, with that being said, we're gonna go and wrap up this video. Y'all let me know what your thoughts on it. Again, they trying to take down my GOAT. Camp, you know. Big Toronto. No, I'm not even from Toronto. I'm from fucking Texas. But yeah, with that anyways, we're gonna wrap up the video. I'll go ahead and catch y'all boys on the next one. Peace.